Hey, this is Anita Hales, and got an episode for you today. Don't mind the dog in the background. She's barking at the wind, so we're just going to put up with it for today. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you about 3 things that help you succeed in weight loss and your health in general. So let's get started with that. Now, just in case you hadn't noticed, Americans are getting fatter. World War II marked the end of the home-cooked meal. After World War II, Americans no longer had to deal with food rationing and scarcity, and there was a psychological impression that they could suddenly have anything they wanted. The food market boomed, and manufacturers began adding preservatives and sugar to foods to make them last longer and be more tastefully appealing. And with more women working, time for meal preparation at home shrank. And manufacturers met the need with quick fix food packages, like they came out with Bisquick and mixes for this and mixes for that, and hamburger helpers and all kinds of stuff. And more food additives and gimmicks began to appear as manufacturers fought for the marketplace. And the result was the entrance of substances our bodies can't recognize as food. So why do we get fat? Well, the trouble with additives is that the body responds to their presence the way it would respond to famine. In other words, it puts things into storage. When you eat something with a lot of preservatives or chemicals or things that your body doesn't recognize as food, it thinks it needs to protect itself from starvation, and so it starts putting things into storage, which is fat, basically. And preservatives make it harder for the body to digest real food a person consumes, as they've put preservatives in many, many, many foods. Our canned foods have preservatives, and the boxed foods have preservatives. Almost everything has some kind of a preservative in it, and it's mandated by the government to put these things in our foods. And but the body will see these preservatives, and it won't digest it, and it'll make it so that your body can't digest the real food that's in your stomach. And while access to food has become better and better because of preservatives and processing and better agriculture, we are getting fewer nutrients. And sugar has been added to many things that was never added to before. When I helped my grandmother can vegetables and fruits back in the day, we'd take green beans, for example, and green beans would go in the jar, and that's what got in there. Nowadays, they add all kinds of sugars to everything. If you look in tomato sauces and even canned green beans, they'll have sugar in them. And there are thousands of hidden names for sugar, and they're getting more and more sneaky. This is just a small sampling of the actual names that manufacturers will use to hide sugars. And then we have artificial sweeteners. As people have gone more and more to trying to get so much sugar out of their system, they replace it with these. But these are things that the body can't recognize as food. And if you take something that has like maltitol or sorbitol or some of these into it, it'll give you gas and bloating, diarrhea, all kinds of upsets. And even like aspartame, there's studies that show that it might contribute to dementia and other things. And so all these artificial sweeteners may not help at all. In fact, it may actually trigger insulin response when the same as if you had eaten sugar. And all of these things, the eating food with preservatives and additives and all kinds of things, it can add to gas, bloating, acid reflux, nausea, cramping, and pain. But there are 3 things that you must target for weight loss. Your goal of better health and healthier lifestyle need to start with 3 things that people tend to neglect. And it's easy to do, but most people will skip over these 3 things. And the first thing is vitamins and minerals. And the processing of food kills a lot of the vitamins in our foods, and our overstressed agriculture for years and years. They've been using the same fields and pumping in chemicals to replace the natural nutrients that are in the soil, and the plumping of meat animals where they give them antibiotics and all kinds of things to make them get fatter and to make it so that you get more meat per animal. And vitamin and mineral supplements are being increasingly recommended by physicians. But you have to be careful which vitamins and minerals you get, because not all of them are what they're cracked up to be, and some are not even absorbable by the body. So you have to do some research to find the best vitamins and minerals to take that actually do the good that they're supposed to. And the second thing that you need to pay attention to is digestive enzymes. Now, enzymes are necessary to complete the digestive process. We have enzymes in our mouth, in our stomach, in our small intestine and large intestine, and they make the food progress through our system, and the nutrients are broken down by the enzymes so that they are absorbable by the body. But when our systems are damaged, our bodies may not produce the enzymes that we need. I remember years ago, I read a book about how they used food combining to make sure that people in poorer countries got the enzymes that they needed to break down the food, like having beans and tortillas and, things like that. But supplements can help, and they're readily available these days. You can get digestive enzyme supplements just about anywhere. And of course, these, again, you need to get good ones and don't just buy any old thing that's off the shelf. And you can find some supplements that provide 18 or 20 different enzymes, and the really good ones will actually start to activate in the section of your digestive tract that where they're supposed to. And the third thing that people kind of ignore, and there's a lot of hype about this too, is pre and probiotics. You know that one visit at the hospital can destroy your gut flora. You go to the hospital for surgery or an emergency, they give you antibiotics, and poof, your gut flora is gone. And it takes a long time for that to repopulate, and sometimes it never comes back. And when your gut flora is gone, you can get an overgrowth of candida yeast, which causes all kinds of problems when it starts to overgrow in your digestive tract. It can enter the bloodstream and come out all over your body and cause mood swings and cause memory loss and brain fog and all kinds of things. And so pro and prebiotics are very important, and illness can affect your system of good bacteria in your body too. And of course, supplements can help. And there are many, many, many different kinds of probiotic bacteria and prebiotic bacteria as well that keep your bowel healthy. If your bowel's not healthy, none of the rest of your body is going to be healthy. So it is really, really important that you have healthy pre and probiotics. And just eating yogurt won't do it, because the FDA requires the yogurt that you buy in a store to be processed so that it kills the bacteria in it. And so even though it says, it may have started with healthy bacteria in it, once they pasteurize it, there are no more living critters in the yogurt. And so unless you make your own yogurt, you're probably not getting any benefit from over-the-counter or over-the-counter in the store yogurts and those kinds of things, because they have to be processed and made safe. So they're really important. But once your gut health is taken care of, it can make you feel like a superhuman. You'll find increased energy, you'll sleep better, you'll be able to get up in the morning, you'll have clearer mental focus, and it's once you pay attention to these just little things, and it doesn't cost a lot of money each month to make sure that you get the proper nutrients, to make sure that your whole gut is happy. And be sure to ask me about which supplements I use. I've done a lot of research, and I found some that are really good. Some enzyme supplements and probiotic supplements and some vitamin supplements that I use myself. So you can email me at anita@halesmail.net, find me on Facebook or LinkedIn, and send me a message. And I hope that this has been helpful to you. Please subscribe to my channel, and a big thank you for watching this video.